Well, to Israel's election now, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has hailed an especially sweet victory in the general election, despite falling 2 seats short of a ruling majority. Exit polls are predicting his right-wing Likud-led bloc will secure nearly half of the 120-seat Knesset after Israel's third election in a year. SBS correspondent Ben Lewis joins us now live from Tel Aviv, where he has been looking at developments. Ben, will Mr Netanyahu be able to form a government?
Yeah, Janice, good evening. He has a very good chance to. He's already been speaking with the leaders of his traditional allies in conservative and ultra-Orthodox parties, and one of Mr Netanyahu's spokesmen has today said they'll also be approaching individual opposition lawmakers to try and get past that 60-seat line required to reach a majority in the Knesset. Let's take a look now at the latest seat projections. Mr Netanyahu's right-wing Likud party is thought to have won 37 seats. The rival Blue and White party, led by Benny Gantz, is projected to have 34, while the joint list of Arab parties is on 14. The secular nationalist Israel Our Home is projected to have 6 seats. And while he's not over the line just yet, the clear winner of the night was the man they call Bibi. Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's longest-serving Prime Minister, is back.
אבל הניצחון הזה, הפעם, הוא אפילו מתוק לא פחות אם לא יותר, ניצחון גדול עוד יותר.
But victory is a work in progress. After 2 failed attempts, he'll need to form a coalition to govern.
יריבינו אמרו, תם עידן נתניהו. אבל בכוחות משותפים הפכנו את הקערה על פיה, הפכנו את הלימון ללימונדה.
Just a few weeks ago, Likud was trailing in the polls, and in a couple of weeks, Benjamin Netanyahu's trial is due to begin. But tonight, it appears he has pulled off yet another political comeback.
The public have basically said that if they had to pick between what the judicial system is saying about the Prime Minister and what the Prime Minister is saying, they believe the Prime Minister.
For his supporters, it's a mandate to honour his pledge to annex the Jordan Valley, build more settlements and secure Jerusalem as Israel's undivided capital. But his rival Benny Gantz branded the Netanyahu campaign as full of dirty tricks and barefaced lies that are bad for the country.
ואם אלה תהיינה התוצאות, זו גם לא התוצאה שתחזיר את מדינת ישראל לדרך המלך.
He told supporters he shared their pain and sadness, but he's refusing to concede defeat. More than 1 million Israelis voted for his Blue and White party.
המדינה צריכה בזמן הזה החלמה, היא זקוקה לאחדות, היא זקוקה לפיוס, היא כמהה למנהיגות מחברת, ואת זה אנחנו נמשיך להציע לציבור הישראלי שאותו באנו לשרת.
He has ruled out forming a coalition with the Arab list, projected to have 15 seats. Mr Gantz also insists he won't be a part of a government with Mr Netanyahu. But a Blue and White Likud unity coalition could still be possible.
And it could be, and I've said the first election also, that a national unity government between Likud and Blue and White could be a very real possibility, except this time, I'm not so sure who's going to be heading Blue and White.
Regardless, the Palestinians are lamenting the likely return of Mr Netanyahu.
From the exit polls we have just seen, it's obvious that annexation, settlements, apartheid won the elections.
One thing is clear, nearly half of Israelis backed a man about to go on trial for bribery, fraud and breach of trust. From speaking to Mr Netanyahu's supporters over the last couple of days, it's clear that some don't believe the allegations against him. Many others say they simply don't care. They want him to remain as Prime Minister. Janice, the actual counting of votes is now underway. It's probably going to take a day or two. Then there could be days or even weeks of negotiations. But it's clear that Bibi has had a pretty good night here.
Thanks so much. That's our reporter Ben Lewis giving us comprehensive analysis of the Israeli election live from Tel Aviv. Well, the Taliban